Hi, I'm Brent Johnson, and today we are continuing our trek through Milwaukee organs, and we have come to the Church of St. Hedwig. With me is Sheri Masiakowski. Did I say that right?
Sure.
I did it. Who is not the organist here, but she has volunteered her time to help demonstrate the organ for you and to help me understand it a little bit. We have a 2010 Holtkamp organ. So not really a historic instrument, but one it's in an older case, obviously. This must have been a different organ in here because it just does not look like a 2010 Holtkamp. It fits this massive room really well, but it's all new organ back behind there. We're told the console came from maybe Oberlin Conservatory. It was a practice organ there. They had certainly many Holtkamp practice organs there, so maybe somebody out there knows more than me will fill us in on the right details. We have two manuals and pedal, and I don't know exactly how many ranks we've got, but let's just start working our way through it. I'd like to start here with the Swell division if we can. Can you tell me what we've got here on the top manual?
Okay. Flutes, the Lieblich Gedeckt and the 16 8-foot Gedeckt, Piccolo 2 covers that.
Okay.
And
And I would say, and I assume some of those are borrowed, probably. I could be wrong.
Extensions, yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's start with the 16-foot Lieblich Gedeckt and just play a little to see what it sounds like. Nice full bass there. Now, what is the 8-foot? Is it possibly the same flute? Is what I'm curious. I think that's the same. So 16 and 8's borrowed, which makes some sense. Four-foot flute is different. What's that called?
Harmonic flute.
Yeah, so it's probably an actual harmonic open flute. Let's play up
But
the.
what we were looking for really was the 2. The 2.
The 2 sounds like it's more like the 4-foot.
Yeah,
No,
so
no.
these are
No, it's not. I don't think it is.
interesting.
Play up an octave on the 4-foot, and then switch to 2. And play an octave down. Yeah.
That's different.
Those are different. So the 2-foot's independent. Just the 16 and 8's the unit. Play a little bit of the 4-foot just up the scale here. Yeah, lovely. A lot of color there. Okay. How does that sound with the 8-foot Gedeckt?
Together?
Yeah. We can add the 2-foot piccolo on top of that to get our whole flute chorus. Okay, very nice. Okay, and then we have a Geigen principle, it's called.
And by itself?
Yeah, let's hear that first. Sound, but it's got a little bit of edge and a little bit of articulation to it, so very nice. And then we have a 4-foot principle to go on top of that. So we have a 3-rank cornet. I'm curious if it's intended to go with the principals or the flutes. Let's just hear it by itself first, down low a little bit, and see what it. It sounds a little fluty, but maybe it's got a lot of edge to it, so it might work with either. Let's hear it with the Gedeckt and the harmonic flute together. Just see what kind of solo voice we get. That could work. How does it sound then with the principal, the Geigen the guy who died has got the 4-foot principal. Which, it can work there too, so it works as either a flute or a principal cornet. It's kind of in between, so it lives there. Now we do have a Scharf of 3 to 4 range, but we've been having some issues with that one, I'm told. It might be, it's not quite holding its tuning correctly. Let's give it a little listen and see what it does.
In the same solo?
Just maybe a chord with it. Some minor seasonal tuning things, but I don't think that's giving us any problem there, so that sounds good. Yes, we have that chorus then in the swell. And then that takes us to our reeds. What reeds do we have?
Bassoon, oboe, 8 foot.
Okay. Very nice oboe sound. And then an 8-foot trumpet. Right. Yeah, nice bright cutting trumpet sound there. We have a 16 then that is it's bassoon oboe. I assume it's just a continuation of the 8-foot oboe down. Play the bottom of that and see how it. Some grumble down there in the bottom of the swell. All right. Well, that's the entire swell division. Just have couplers after that. Let's then go to the great. And let's start with the principal chorus in the great. What do we got?
Okay, diapason 8.
Nice big bold diapason. We have a 4-foot then to go on top. Is that borrowed from those?
That's from the swell.
Yeah, do we have it? So we don't have an independent 2 there?
No.
Okay.
So the next up here is the 2.
Okay. Let's see where the 8. And then we have a mixture in the great.
Yes. Sound you could fill a room full, accompany a room full of people singing with just those 4 stops. Nice.
Okay, and we have a 16-foot in the grade as well, don't we?
Well, it's a string.
Okay.
Violon bass.
What are the first 2?
These are
Those are the
couplers.
couplers.
These are
right.
couplers.
But okay. So yeah, we have the 16-foot violon. Let's hear that. And then the violon continues up from 16. We have it as an 8. Let me hear just the 8-foot violon by itself. It's got some brightness to it, but it's kind of a fluty sound almost. Add the 16-foot violon with it and just play from the middle going all the way down. Just to hear. So that's all of the great stops that are outside in the open. We have several that are expressive in their own box. And so the first is our Dulciano. soft, kind of small principal sound. Let's put the wind of ours with it. I want to hear that. And then what's next after those two stops?
Roar Bourdon
Okay.
is also expressive. So,
Curious to compare that flute with the Swell gedeckt in volume. Just what is, when they're both boxes are open here, so what does the Swell gedeckt sound? It's definitely a different quality, but I think the Swell flute is a little bit bigger.
I agree.
So that really, you can really shut down that 8-foot Borden in the crate if you need to. Okay, and then continuing on,
We
Some
have
more.
a 4-foot open flute.
okay.
Do you want that with?
Well, let's hear it by itself first. That's pretty big and bold. Let's add the 8-foot Borden to that now. Okay, very nice. And continuing on, we've got a 2 2/3.
Yes.
Let's add that with just have that with the 8-foot by itself. Let's see what it's like. Yeah, it seems like you have the possibility of several solo colors there that you can play on the grate and then control the volume without affecting your accompaniment on the solo on the swell. So yeah, that's an interesting design choice. So I'm impressed. Okay, and then we have a couple more expressive stops over there. I see.
Yeah, 1 1/3.
Okay, so a Larigo to.
I'm sorry, a 1 3/5.
Okay, so a tierce then to
Yeah.
go on, so we can make a whole flute cornet that's expressive here on the grapes. Let's put the 8 and 4, 2 2/3, and yeah, the tierce. Let's see what that sounds like. How does that balance if we have, say, the gedeckt and the 4-foot up here, and the swell as an accompaniment? And then maybe put a little something in on the pedal, and if you just play. It's nicely balanced, and that's with both boxes open. So then, if you want to make something softer and louder on either side, you can, or if you want to add more stops and soften the other, that's a.
I'm
nice
a
design.
little curious about what the cornet on the swell would sound
In
like.
comparison, yeah. All right, let's see what. So we have the 8/4 and the cornet.
Brighter.
Yeah, just a little different, but gives you some choices there when you need a cornet sound. Okay, and then we have one more stop I see that has red on it for expressive.
A clarinet.
Okay. Good clarinet sound, a little buzzy, and I assume you could mix with some of the mutations and maybe make things a little more crumhorn-like if you wanted to. And it's all in that box, so you've got one solo voice if you want to change it somehow. So that's an interesting design. I like that a lot. Okay, well now that brings us to the pedal division. And I don't know what is borrowed over here, if anything. Nothing's indicated as coming from other divisions. But we start with a 16-foot principal. Let's hear. So what I'm curious about is that the same as the 8-foot octave? So the middle and low C. Okay, so the octave is independent from the principal.
Let's
Put those together.
four now.
Okay, yeah, the 4. So let's see the 4. The 8 and the 4 are a unit, so 16 is independent though. And then, so that would be one. Then we also have the violon bass, which I'm wondering if it's the same as the great violon 16. Same pitch, okay, and then we have a 16-foot sub bass. I guess that is independent, but it might go up to, it might not. I'm going to say it doesn't because we have a Lieblich gedeckt, which I'm guessing is the same as the Swell Lieblich gedeckt.
Yeah.
And then we also have a Lieblich Borden 8, and we have a Lieblich gedeckt 8, so now I don't know. This is octave Borden. Play middle C of the octave. So the octave Borden is the sub bass an octave higher. Lieblich gedeckt 16 from the Swell is the Lieblich gedeckt 8, and then the octave in 4. So all of our flutes, we got it all sorted out. And then we have a 16-foot trombone. We don't have anything like that on the manuals, I don't think. So I think that's our big. We have an 8-foot trumpet, but it's not.
No, it's not going to go there.
But I mean, with the 8-foot part, it might be. Let's see, play the trumpet on. Yeah, so that's a independent stop there. So a good pedal read, and then we have our bassoon oboe from the Swell down there at 16 as well. And then what does that say?
Yep.
And then we have an octave. What does that say?
Octave trombone.
So that's just the trombone then. Yeah, that's that big pedal read up to 60. So yeah, we've got an independent pedal read, one independent with 2 independent reads in the Swell, one in the pedal, one in the great. So yeah, just a little bit of color in every division and some interesting design to make it really effective. So I guess now I'd like to hear what you can do with it.
When we got here, I wasn't exactly sure how you got into the chamber. Turns out there's some doors, and they were locked, but fortunately organ builders are pretty consistent about where they hide keys, so we were able to find the key. And when we come in, the first thing we notice is that we have some old pedal pipes there. They are from a previous organ, and there are more old pipes in this organ, and I was unable to locate information about where they came from. Perhaps someone else knows. The 16-foot trombone there appears to be new. We see a Holtkamp Swell motor there. There's 2 of them down here. We're underneath one of the expressive divisions, and there's a walkway through here that takes us into the other side of the underneath, but we'll come look at that later because there's another door on the other side. You can see the pull-downs here that move the pallets and the chests above us. There's 2 main chests here. But we have a ladder, that takes us up to the enclosed grate. And so we go up, and here we are. Stepping in, we see the clarinet here close to us. And it looks rather old. A lot of these pipes look like they are from a previous older organ. You see our dulciana here in the front. It's mitered to fit. And the undamars, which goes to tenor C, is right next to it. And so there's been a divider inserted to help with the undulation of those two stops together. We see our Rohr Borden, a 4-foot open flute. There's our quint and our 2-foot, and clarinet in the back. All this enclosed together. And then above us is the unenclosed grate. There are the magnets for those two chests up there. So back out to the ladder, we see the tops of the 16s. And this ladder continues on to the top of the expression box, where we'll find the exposed parts of the organ. And here we are up here looking down at the pedal. And here's these pipes here in the grate appear to all be new. This is great. And then we have pedal farther down. There's some of the older pedal pipes up here. Now, something else I came to realize, that this case is all new. It was built by Holtkamp. And my apologies to the fine craftsmen of Holtkamp for not immediately thinking this was a new case. They designed it in a wonderful antique style. In fact, here's all the names of the install crew that put this organ together here. We can see how the sides are actually cut off here, just looking like a big old case. There are also vents at the tops of the expression boxes that are apparently pulling air up and blowing out through the top. So there's our great chests here with the trumpet mixture, the 2-foot super octave, the 4-foot octave, and there is the 8-foot diapason with some tubed off. They're in the same pattern over here. This is the bass end of the chest. And then over here, we find the exposed pedal stops. Top of the trumpet, top of the open, top of the Borden, and that 8-foot principal's in there too. Looking back at the grate a little bit. Some of the tallest pipes hidden back here. And more of those vents that are venting the swell, which is below where we're standing right now. See the top of the pedal, including some very fat Borden pipes that have been made new to match the wood, extended up another octave. This is the top of the pedal trombone, the open, and the Borden. And as we work our way out, we see St. Hedwig herself, keeping an eye on the 16-foot pipes back here. I've gone down to the other side of the organ where there is a similar door in a similar location. This takes us in beneath the swell division. This is what we saw from the other side. The relay is down on this side. And then a ladder going up to a trapdoor. So opening the trapdoor, we proceed on up the ladder. And here we are. First thing we see is our mixture right in front. And the cornet is right there. It looks new. The trumpet's new, but most of the rest of the pipes in here appear old. Harmonic flute principal. And then Geigen diapason's there, the big one with the strings on either side. And yeah, all of those look to be old pipes. And in the back we see our oboe, which also looks old and strange. 16-foot Morden is behind it. It looks to be the same kind of wood as the pedal 16s. It's a nice high chamber though, very few pipes had to be mitered to fit. Although as we look at the oboe, we see some very odd miters there on the bass end. So yeah, there was a lot of surprises for me in this organ, and it leaves me with some questions still. So again, if anyone can fill in the blanks, please feel free to do that in the comments below.
Sheri, thank you for coming in today and filling in for the organist and demonstrating the Holtkamp here. I have not seen a Holtkamp this new, so this is new to me to hear what they've been doing in the past 14, 15 years. And yeah, it's a really versatile instrument, and the acoustics in here
Are
just
lovely.
you can't, yeah.
These are
Anything
lovely.
would sound great in here, but this really just sings into the room and fills it up. So it was great listening to you play and just hearing the sound of the organ fill the room. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please give us a thumbs up down below. Down there you can find a link to the specification of the organ, link to the Holtkamp Organ Company and to St. Hedwig's Church, and also to the OHS convention, which is happening here in Milwaukee. I don't know if this organ's on the trip, but you know, you still want to come to Milwaukee and see all these great instruments that I've been getting to see and hear them demonstrated. So that's next year. There's information down in the description. There's also a link to our website where you can become a sponsor of the Organ Media Foundation and help us get out to great churches like these and meet people like Sheri and hear organs like this one. We couldn't do it without your help, so thank you very much to all of our sponsors. We have still even some more videos coming out from Wisconsin, so you won't want to miss those. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel and click the bell for notifications. And as I always say, until the next video is out, you can always find streaming classical organ music on our 3 stations, organlive.com, Positively Baroque, and The Organ Experience. Once again, Sheri, thank you so much. It was great meeting you. And I look forward to coming back to Milwaukee and hearing more of these great instruments up there. I hope to see you here at OHS next summer. Until next time, I'm Brent Johnson. Thank you for watching.